Though other European countries and the USA remain its largest source markets, Italy is increasingly turning towards Asia, notably India, to boost its tourism industry. In an interview with India Outbound, Giorgio Palmucci, President of Italian State Tourism Board, says that he is targeting multiple segments of Indian tourists and that a comprehensive action plan to promote Italy in India would soon be rolled out.
We think that we have now to push not only in terms of European market that are very important for us, because 30% of tourists coming from international tourists coming from Germany, Switzerland and Austria. But it's very important for us to work for the relaunch of tourists coming from USA. It is very important because high spending tourists, and also from the Asian market. That's why we have our offices as National Tourist Board. We have an office in Tokyo, we have two offices in China, we have an office in Mumbai in India, and we are going to open in Dubai because we think it's important also to cover this area. For the Indian market, it's very important the wedding tourism, but also the shopping tourism too, and that's why we will focus the action on these targets, because India is so huge that we are going to invest sure in the future, and but we think that India is for us it's a huge potential. It's very important for us because also because during the pandemic is a tourist sector that suffer more than leisure. That's why we are investing more. In the past, we invested about 70–80% of our budget in leisure and leisure tourism, but only 20% in MICE, incentive, congress. We are going to spend about 30–35% of our budget for MICE incentive, and it's very important to work for the, especially to working with our convention bureau in our country. We are working with the Italian convention bureau, but also with the different convention bureau we have in each region, in order to promote Italian destination for this important sector of tourism, and in the same times we linked this with all the events that are already programmed in our country. We are going to define all the action we are going to do next year, also in terms of farm trip, workshop, not only workshop, not only virtually, but also physically at least in Delhi and Mumbai. And we think that we are going also. We are studying something to do with about movies, because movies in India are very important, Bollywood and so on. And so we think that as we signed an agreement with Netflix in Italy, but we think that we have to work also with the Indian movie sector, because it's so important, and we are studying a different agreement. Germany, Switzerland, UK, and more and more Spain, and of course, but it's about 12% of international tourism coming from USA. So US market is very important for us. We have to promote the world-known destination that are not so known in India. Because first of all, I think that it's important to talk about and to promote Rome, Venice, and Florence. Because, for example, for the German market, they know Rome, Florence, and Venice because they start coming in Italy after the Second World War. And so we have to promote the hidden gems. For the Indian market, we start with the most important destination, most well-known destination, and at the same time linked to the enogastronomic offer, because it's very important.